Frame your day, which we translate into have a place to go. Hello. Cloudisms are words or phrases that we use to emotionally regulate, to mentally reframe, and to spiritually connect with the now moment. I'm Claudia Cauterucci, and I'm a Washington, D.C. psychotherapist. I'm a psycho-spiritual coach, and I am a fellow life traveler. Let's jump right in. Today's Cloudism I call Frame Your Day. I'm going to be looking at some notes because I took them down really quickly. Look, first thing you've got to remember about framing your day is that it's the exact visual. I teach a lot in visuals, right? The mornings and the evenings. And what I teach a lot about framing your day is we do this especially with children. How you wake them up in the morning and how you put them to sleep is so essential for setting a tone throughout the day. Being a kid, and my dad would have this funny way of just bursting into the room and saying, "Feet on the floor." And he thought it was funny, and sometimes parents tease that way. But it was actually quite alarming and distressing to be woken up in those ways. My mom, on the other hand, would come in and sit on the bed when we were children and say, "Hi, honey." That's super essential for how our day is going to feel. And going to sleep, right? This tradition that new parenting has of putting the kids to sleep and reading to them and having time to talk is so important for how their central nervous system will feel in the morning and in the evening. So point number 2 is that's also really important for couples. How we say good morning, how we go to sleep, how the rituals that we have when we go to sleep and in the morning. Mostly it's to train our central nervous system as to what it's going to feel all day long. So those are points 1 and 2. Point 3 is, the idea here is when children are small and after school and when they're in high school, they have a place to go to tell their story. It's part of the framing their day. Where do you go? Where do I go to tell my stories? To have my check-ins. I did this today. This is how the conversation with my teacher went. This is how the bus ride felt. This is what happened that was super funny on the playground or in recess. Telling your story, having a place, a check-in place to where you go and tell your story. Right? And check-ins are primal. They're a primal thing that we need to do. We see it in packs of animals, elephants, where the little elephant will run away and quickly turn back or turn back their head to see where the parent is. You see it with lion cubs. You see it with penguins. We check in, and we have forms of checking in, and it's so primal, which leads me to point number 4. The morning check-ins, the evening check-ins, the throughout the day check-ins, the ways that we put these little check-in bricks to frame our day, that sometimes we're willing to stay in long-term toxic relationships because of those check-ins, because we need places to go, because we need places to talk about the hard things that are happening throughout our day, to recount the stories of our day, to celebrate things that happen. Guess what my boss said about me today? Guess what thing I overcame today? Or how about this one? Hey, how you doing? These are primal check-ins. They're mammalian, they're human, and they are so worth sometimes the price that we pay to stay in toxic relationships. And so sometimes that's the only reason why we stay, is because someone is constantly checking in with us. Now, most of the time, these are loving people. These are great friendships. This is a securely attached lover that we have. Sometimes it can be someone who's obsessive, who's toxic, who can't get away from us, and we can't get away from them. Sometimes it's because we have such a deep and profound neglectful and abandonment wound that we need these check-ins to feel whole. So that's the painful part about the amazing part about framing our day is that when we do it early on to our children, they will find the healthy, the beautiful, the loving people to frame our day, to do these constant check-ins, to do the mornings and the evenings as a way for us to feel securely attached. But let me tell you something, even when we've had trauma, remember, my whole thing about heaven on earth is that it doesn't matter where we've come from, it doesn't matter what's happened to us in the past. Where we are going can be healed, can be healthy, can be vibrant, can be dynamic, can be loving and self-loving. So this leads me to my last point, which is we can learn, no matter what's happened to us in our past, how to frame our own day, how to wake up beautifully, gently, play music. Remember, I want you to watch the video on the Cloudism rituals, RICA, how to create rituals to frame our own day, how to take breaks in the middle of work, how to go outside and look at the sun, how to call a friend, because today we have created strong, powerful, healthy relationships. Because see, we're not just seeking that lover, that spouse, that life companion to have our check-ins with. We can have powerful, amazing friends to do this with. We can create interim people between one long-term relationship and another. There are lots of ways to have this primal, human, gorgeous check-in frames our day. This is possible for us to do as an emotionally regulating tool and a way to spiritually connect with ourselves. Listen, if you like this content, if this works for you, if this serves you, I am on a mission to spread portable, easy, practical ways of us working with our own spirits, our own minds, our own hearts in practical and portable ways. Please share, please like, please comment. Let's have a rich discussion about this, and I'll see you